All right, everybody, welcome to our very first live stream. I wanted to start close to on time, but giving people a little bit of time to join us. Now, if you're already trying to log on when you watch this in the replay, if you get a chance to, let me go ahead and tell you again, this is going to be our time together, 10, 15 minutes to talk about the new year to a new you challenge. Don't forget, if you just emailed me or contacted me, if for some reason you did not get your checklist and cheat sheet, let me tell you something I didn't get to say in the YouTube video that I put out earlier. Some folks are telling me that because of their email filters, as soon as they looked at the junk mail, there it was. So you guys, right, we've got to be cognizant of that. Absolutely. Cybersecurity is very important. Okay. I've got friends and family in the business, so I don't want to put you at risk at all. But we need to make sure that you've got everything you need to really participate. So thank you so much for joining us on our first night. Tonight was all about Money Matters Monday. So when we think about financial matters, we know money can be the source of great times and also great stress, right? That's how important it is. We know that. So, what today's challenge was all about was you thinking about a financial goal you wanted to achieve. So, during today's call, I'm going to share with you what I worked on, and I actually ordered something I want to share with you. Now, as you guys, I can see some of you logging in already. Thank you guys so much. I will periodically, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and check right now, just real quick. But as the comments come in, I'm going to give you a live on air shout out. Again, if you're having trouble logging on, I will be checking my phone occasionally because there is a way for me to send you the direct link while we're filming live. It's not a formal presentation. This is a way to get together and to support each other in the new year. Now, let me say this. I'm going to give a little PSA while I'm waiting for more folks to join us. I have had several conversations with women, especially that I know are powerhouse women. And when they first start going back to work after the holidays, you guys, I know it's challenging to do something like this for yourself. Here's what I want to challenge you, though, to be thinking about. When you're the busiest, okay, when you're absolutely running around like a chicken with their head cut off, that is when you need to take a step back and evaluate. So a 15-minute call, it may not be ideal at 5:30, but you know what? Whether we met at 4:30, 7:30, 8:30, it's just sometimes tough to find those 15 minutes when you first come back to work. But my challenge for you is to remember that not only do you need to bring your A game, especially as we start a new year, but productivity actually goes down if you don't find ways to think about goal setting, to think about kind of refueling your energy. And a lot of time during the holidays, right, what ends up happening? We actually overextend ourselves. We're a little bit too busy, especially if we were hosting, okay? My family and friends know that I hosted Thanksgiving this year and we had a lot of people and I would not change a thing. I absolutely love that. But at one point when the table, we had to get a second table, when that wasn't working out, we couldn't find the linens, we didn't have the extra chairs I thought we were going to have. I started getting stuck in the weeds of the fact that the table wasn't going to be set perfectly. I wanted all the kids to have like this cute little section, and then we were having to throw together a hodgepodge of chairs. So I had to take my own advice and be like, you know what, Dawn, the kiddos are not going to care that the chairs are mismatched. Everybody in this house, I absolutely love. That was the big picture here. So again, think about it. If you had reached out to me and said, oh gosh, I'm inundated, I get that. It's fine. This is here for you whenever you need it. And of course, it's always available on YouTube and on our Facebook page in the replay. But if the reason is that you're just so busy and you don't have the time, then I just challenge you to just be careful. You're not spreading yourself too thin and make the time for your goals. Okay, personal and professional. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. All right, you guys. So another thing I wanted to go over was something I ordered that I wanted to show you today on the Money Matters Monday. Okay, just checking my phone just in case. Sometimes I have last minute things. Oh, hi guys. Oh, I'm already starting to see you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. Okay, that shows me that the streaming is working. I promise to get to your comments. I'm just going to wait just a minute because I want to show you guys something. Those of you that I know personally, and if I don't, let me just say this so you do know this. I just love everything Amazon, right? Who doesn't nowadays? But it really is a great tool when you're looking for something affordable. You can really kind of shop around. They're not sponsoring today's video. I just knew that one of my financial goals was to get back to my envelopes. It had been a while since my husband and I had done the cash envelopes. And you guys, the funny story about that is the cash envelopes began because when we first got married, we were so excited to have true financial partnership. Our spouses were great financial partners in many ways. It's just that we met each other much later in life. And when you meet your significant other in your late 40s, early 50s, you just know a thing or two about financial goals, right? You're just more established in your career. You have a higher paycheck. You've been through all the scary stuff like bills not getting paid and credit card debt, right? We've all been through it, including my husband and I. We're not blaming anybody else on that score. But we were just so excited to just have that level of support that we weren't using the cash envelopes, and we literally couldn't figure out why. This one particular month, we realized that we had spent something like, oh gosh, I don't know. I need to check with Mark, but something like $1,200 in one month on eating out alone. I mean, altogether, that was the amount. And that was just eating out. That wasn't even groceries, you guys. But because we were just, we're foodies, so we enjoyed going out. We would have a nice craft cocktail, a glass of wine, all those kinds of things. And we would get the bottles of wine that were expensive. We realized we can't live like this anymore. So the cash envelope saved us so much money. And then, you kind of get used to it, and then things are fine. And you kind of just, sometimes it goes by the wayside. So I wanted to bring that back in 2025. So my financial goal today was to get these. This is called Budget Keeper, the cash envelope system. This is a different one that I'm using. I've shown you these before, but this is a different company. And I kind of like this a little bit better. It comes with this envelope, it's plastic that zips up so you can kind of put it all together instead of having it loose. It has a nice little fancy pen in this sort of rose gold. I'm not sure if you can see that, which kind of keeps you inspired. But what's great about these types of cash envelopes, they're color coded. You can see it comes in all different colors. And then on the front side, you've got the category. And on the back side, you can actually track your cash. So what's great about the cash envelope system, and in fact, Mark and I have already made the commitment that this month we're going to reevaluate our budget. We have some great trips we want to look forward to, and just things we want to do around the house. And, we want to be able to save up for it. We don't want to increase credit card debt, right? So the cash envelopes help us get there. So the purpose and the idea is that you use cash envelopes for variable expenses, right? You can't change perhaps how much you have to spend on that mortgage or on your car payment, let's say, but you can decide how much you're going to spend on going out to dinner, how much you're going to spend perhaps on travel or groceries, that kind of thing. So as a result, we're going to use this and start it this month. So I'm excited to give you guys an update later, let you know how it's going. And the main thing is, you do this at the beginning of each pay period. So, for example, when I was working for someone else, I actually got paid every 2 weeks Instead of like the 1st and 15th, it was literally every 2 weeks. And then that ends up actually giving you an additional 2 paychecks per year. So that was kind of cool. But what we would do is we would literally go to the bank. We had our categories and how much we wanted to spend in each category. We would get that cash out. And then when that cash was used up, you guys, that was the end of it. What was empowering about it is, I don't know, there's something about handing out cash. Oh, let me double check the comments. Handing out cash that is just, I don't know, it's more impactful actually because you can feel the spending a little bit more, right? You really can. If you're spending, say, $68 on something, on the surface, $68 definitely can be a lot of money, but there are times where it doesn't, I don't know, when you run that plastic, it doesn't seem to have that impact. And so when you hand somebody $100 bill and you're paying $65 or $68 or something, and you don't get that much change back, you're looking at, 15 bucks or whatever, it's it's impactful. You can kind of feel it. So that's part of the purpose. But the other purpose that's also very empowering, because again, you feel very connected with your money. And by the way, ladies, if you don't know this, there is a gender difference in terms of the amount of women percentage wise and men that have cash on them. There's a much greater number of women that never have cash on them, and the guys do. And according to the money experts out there, that can actually lead to overspending because, again, when you run that credit card or debit card, 68 bucks doesn't feel like just a huge impact. But another thing is, and this is my favorite part about it, is let's say this one right here is my groceries. And let's say this one right here is girls' night out. And let's say this one right here is for clothing. Okay, we put aside a certain amount for clothing, whatever the case may be. If I have money left over in this envelope, say for clothing, and now there's some fabulous sale, if I have money left over and this is for my clothing, and then I add another set of dollars for that next pay period, that money that's left over, I can choose to do with it what I want. I can also choose whether it's savings, but here's another thing I can do. Let's say that I realize I'm not going to really need that much for clothing, or let's say girls' night out. Oh, well, let's never say that. Who doesn't want extra money for girls' night out? For groceries, let's say we got some great deals. Maybe we took leftovers and were able to really spread those out, didn't need to go back to the grocery store as much. Whatever the case may be, let's say you ended up needing more cash in a particular envelope. Gift giving, that definitely could be a category, right? So whether it's birthdays, Christmas. So let's say over the holidays, that gift giving envelope is probably depleted. So let's say in the middle of all that, you realized you really weren't going out as much as you thought. You were maybe hosting the parties more. And so maybe your grocery bill went up, but your dining out bill went down. If that's the case, you could take money out of one envelope and contribute it to another. So again, the main purpose is just once it's gone, it's gone. But then when you have money left over, it's a great feeling. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much. I was going to actually put comments on the screen. For whatever reason, I've touched this button a couple of times. So I'm so sorry. I can't really share the comments right now, but I promise to do a recap tomorrow for those of you that were able to join us. So thank you guys so, so much. Remember, same time, same place, Monday through Thursday. And remember, if you didn't get your challenges, you need to check with me. Make sure you email me at DrDawn at DrDawnShopTalk.com. Let me go ahead and see if I've got that banner there for you. You just email me. Let me know that you have not received it yet. So there you go. You see that at the bottom of the screen. You can also watch our YouTube video that aired earlier today that gives you all the details. Tomorrow's challenge is all about D-Tech. We're calling it D-Tech Tuesday. So I want you to spend a minimum of 5 minutes, maybe more, hopefully 20. 20 was the goal, without your technology. And pick it, during a time when you normally would have it. So I've got, I'm excited about what I'm going to do for tomorrow, so I'll share that tomorrow. But again, if it's not really a challenge and say you normally are not listening to music or a podcast or watching television when you say empty the dishwasher or go for a walk or work out or whatever the case is, just make sure you're decreasing the amount of I can't speak on that. Just the amount of technology that you're using tomorrow. Okay. Studies are showing in greater and greater numbers, you guys, that we're on our screens a lot more than we realize. And I know I'm broadcasting this on Facebook and on YouTube, but again, social media and video platforms can be wonderful as long as it's not excessive. So that's what it's all about, is really think about that. All right, you guys, I wanted to keep these short and sweet. So we're over our 15 minutes by a minute and a half. So I am going to say goodbye. I hope you guys had a wonderful Monday, a great start to your week. And we will see you same time, same place tomorrow for your new year to a new you challenge. Let's thrive in 2025. Bye, guys.